So, it's 2 days after Christmas. I was at home, I was hanging out with the wife, we're playing a little bit of pool in the garage, we went out to breakfast, you know, having a good time, and I was sitting there and I was like, I felt like working on the car. She said, go for it, have fun. So I'm up here today and I'm gonna be working on the
1,000 horsepower
14. So we're gonna get into that thing, make some brackets, get some of the heat exchanger stuff mounted, and kind of see where the day leads us. So coming right up. Oh, there she is in all her glory. So what I need to do is mount up the tank, mount up the heat exchanger itself, and then plumb all the lines, mount the pump, a bunch of little stuff, nothing crazy. So we'll get started on mounting the tank first. Before I start mounting this up, let's just take a minute to appreciate how beautiful this thing is. I'm super biased, obviously, because I built it to my styling. Put those TEs on there. It's all on Haltech. We got the 350Z track Brimbos in the front. Because what's a fast car without stopping power? It's still a fast car, it just ain't gonna stop. Got the full fuel system done. It has twin 450 pumps. Those are wired up through the Haltech. What we're gonna do is set it up where the second pump kicks in via boost. And everything. Oh yeah, and of course, the Chevy logo. So let me get some brainstorming going on and we'll come up with a good idea on how to mount this tank. All right, so after looking at this thing for a quick second, I'd like to raise it up a hair, but this corner of the tank kind of intervenes with that. So what I might do is scribe a line and cut this corner of the tank out and then weld it back together. Kind of customize it for the vehicle. But I like that idea, so I think that's what's going to happen. So let me grab my scribe. I got soapstone, so we'll use that. So that's gonna fit there. We'll cut that little corner out real quick and take it back together. All right, so let's see. I think that's going to work with the level that I wanted. So let me make my plate real quick. Weld this up. All right, so I took a little piece of cardboard. Normally I draw this up on Fusion, but this is a quick, easy piece. So I took a little piece of cardboard, made my section that I need to replace. And what I will do now is take this piece of scrap aluminum, put this on there, trace it, cut it, and weld it. So let's get this traced out. Being that it's a shear and not a cutoff wheel or anything of that nature, there'll be no kerf. So I can cut right on the inside of the line and it should fit good after I break it. All right, so we got our little piece, We're gonna take it over here to my press brake, which I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right there. And we're gonna break this thing. Aluminum has a tendency to crack if you try to do too much of a bend on it, too tight of a radius. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit since it's just a small piece. We'll see what it does. And keep pumping. Cleaner it. Eye protection. Beautiful. It looks like it'll fit pretty good. All right, let me fire up the TIG, kind of wipe everything down, and we'll do a little welderizing. Quick light dusting. We'll dry it on, or dry it up a little bit. All I'm trying to do is blend what we already have here. So the heat gun gives it a nice fine uniform texture. If I cared a lot, I would have sanded all this, and you ain't gonna see most of it because it's gonna be hidden underneath the bar. And it's kind of cool when the stuff starts to wrinkle. You'll see it mat out in one corner and you can kind of manipulate it with the heat. All right, now back to the car. We're gonna have to let it cool down a little bit just so we don't distort it, but as you can see, almost beautiful. So now we just got to make a small mount and it'll sit right about there. I like that. So what I did is I took a piece of flat bar. I could have cut something out on the plasma table. Something like this is so simplistic that it's easy just to cut a piece of little flat bar, drill 2 holes in it. So this is pretty much what the tank will mount to, and this will weld to my tube front end. So what I'm gonna do now is drill a couple holes for some riv nuts and put riv nuts in it. Clean up the area it's gonna weld to on the car, hold the tank up, spot weld it, TIG it up, or MIG it up. I mean, it's just mild steel. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. And then the tank will be officially mounted. Unbolt the tank, kind of touch the area up. All this stuff's gonna be getting powder coated, so all the bars will be getting powder coated, probably the Illusion red. But that's at a later date, so right now we're just making raw brackets for everything. Get everything mounted where we need it, eventually cut the hood. I'm thinking about making a full true dual exhaust. So, because I can, and plus, I mean, this sounded cool, but when you're making that type of horsepower, you're gonna need something more free flowing with boost. So let me grab my drill bits and drill these 2 holes, put the rib nuts in there and weld it on the car. All right, so we're welded up, nice and sturdy. Put it on. Now that is officially mounted. Next is to figure out where I'm gonna put the heat exchanger pump. So I'm gonna mess with that for a minute and I'll show you kind of what I come up with when I get to that point. All right, so I came up with the idea where to mount the pump. It's gonna be going down in here, right where I grinded that area. All of that's getting cut off because I was there before, but yeah, so I'll get mounted right there on that clean plate. I'm gonna weld it because why not? I can always cut it off, clean it up, but welding's quick and easy and dirty. Beautiful. Beautiful. So the heat exchanger pump is mounted. The heat exchanger tank is mounted, so the expansion tank. All we have left for that system on the vehicle other than hoses is to mount the heat exchanger itself. So in the next video, what I'll be doing is making a bracket system that's going to mount to the frame, cut off the old pre-existing brackets because this thing was once going to be twin turbo. I know I changed my mind a lot, but now that that's all done, we'll get this mounted, put it on the car, cut out those brackets, weld everything, bolt it. I don't know how I'm going to make that yet. Connect all the hoses. Other than that, I think that's the last system on the car, other than putting a 12-volt crank sensor for the Gen 3 reluctor and building an intake for it. I built a badass intake last time. Unfortunately now, I say unfortunately like it's a downfall, but now it's supercharged, so I'll have to make an intake that will work for that. Other than that, cutting the hood and burning up these tires so that we could go with something a little heavier. The guy I got the TEs from, my buddy Robert, he was running a little bit smaller of a tire because he's on S13, you know, got to get that hella flesh look. I'm not that guy. I mean, it does look hard, but I want like a 295 in the rear because when it's making 1,000 wheel, it's going to need the traction. So until next time, I appreciate you guys watching.